And everybody's in, Bob?
Yeah, Ted's coming in right now too.
Good, great.
So you have a full board with alternates.
For a July meeting, that's pretty good. All right, so being Wednesday, July 16th at 6:30 p.m. and having quorum, I'll go to item 1 and call the Bridgewater Planning Board to order. I'll just read a quick abbreviated version of what we used to read. This meeting is being held remotely in accordance with the provisions of the open meeting law. Members of the public are encouraged to participate remotely and shall address the questions to the chair. There's no in-person attendance this evening, but every accommodation will be made to provide access in real time. The following members are participating remotely this evening. I'm Patrick Driscoll, the chair, Mr. Michael McDonald, the vice chair, Mr. Stephen Geller, Mr. Thomas Praddy, and Mr. Edward Haley. We do have 2 alternate members this evening joining us, but won't be voting, Mr. KJ Fabrowski and Mr. Eric Costa. During the meeting, because it's remote, all votes will be roll call. We do have the following Bridgewater town staff with us remotely this evening as well. Mr. Robert Rulli, the Community Economic Development Director, Mr. Greg Tanzi, our town engineer, Mr. Steven Solari, our building commissioner. At this point, everyone's mics are muted. The board's mics will be unmuted through the whole meeting, and as items appear on the agenda, the project's representatives' mics will be unmuted. If this is a public hearing and allows for public comment, we ask that you use the chat feature to ask your question by listing your name, your address, and your question. The chair or the host this evening, who's Mr. Rulli, I'm used to saying Mr. O'Brien, I apologize, Mr. Rulli, we'll recognize the questions in order. You can also use the raise my hand feature in the participant menu and be unmuted when the chair or the host recognizes you. Again, please state your name and your address before asking a question or making your comments. If you're on the phone and you prefer to, you can dial *9 to raise your hand. So we'll go to item 2 this evening. This is a site plan. This is for 0 Plain Street,
Mr.
also known. Go
Can I
ahead.
just interrupt for a second?
No.
You just want to advise anyone that's here for 1010 Elm or Lakeshore that those are being continued?
Yeah, and they might want to stick around to make sure we all agree on the date, but it looks like we're going to be continuing those. To what date we vote on, but it does look like those will be continued. We did receive requests for those, so. All right, item 2, an A&R plan for 0 Plain Street, map 15, lot 5. I believe this was done by Silver Engineering Associates. Is anybody here from Silver or the owner to represent the project?
If I can push the right buttons, I am here. Yes, Rebecca from Silver Engineering. If I can share, I'll put it on the screen for you. I can share. Excellent. Okay. We have a plan of land for Plain Street. We're just, let's see, we're across from, nope, we're south of Setauket Trail and north of High Street, just so you have a sense of where we are. We're here for 2 Form A lots off of Plain Street with enough frontage, the requisite building square, contiguous uplands, and a parcel A and a parcel B that will be considered non-buildable at this time. We had the wetlands flag, so that represents what you have right here. And for the most part, it's just a 2-lot Form A.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Baptiste. So we do have a memo from Mr. O'Brien before he went out on his little vacation. And he reviewed the plan and has no issues with it. He noted that in his memo that we all received, the parcel A and B have not to be considered buildable this time. And it looks like lot 1 and 2 have adequate area, frontage, and access. He did provide that memo. Does anybody have any questions for the applicant on the board?
Nothing from me.
And just for clarification, Mr. Baptiste, this is residential A, correct?
Correct.
So 150 feet of frontage and 1 acre, correct?
Correct.
Did everybody get a chance to look at it? I know Mr. McDonald made comments, Mr. Geller, Mr. Haley, Mr. Praddy.
Good. I'm good here, no problems with that I see. No comments.
Okay. If that's the case, does somebody want to make a motion to either endorse or not endorse?
Motion to endorse?
So motion to endorse by Mr. Haley. Is that Mr. Pratty was the second?
Yes.
Mr. Pratty was the second? Okay, I'll take the roll call. Mr. McDonald,
Yes.
Mr. Geller,
Yes.
Mr. Pratty,
Yes.
Mr. Haley?
Yes.
Okay, I'm a yes. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So item 3. This is a site plan review, a public hearing continuation. This is for 1010 Elm Street, map 30, lot 20. A site plan review subject to 10.6 of the zoning ordinance for construction of a 27,000 square foot commercial building with parking and other site improvements. We continued this from our last meeting, June 18th, 2025. We did receive a memo and an email that was forwarded to us by Mr. Rulli. I believe there was Concom quorum issues. So they would like to continue this to our, is it 8/6 meeting, Mr. Rulli?
August 6th, yes, sir.
Does anybody have an objection to that? Do we have a motion to continue it?
Make a motion to continue.
So a motion by Mr. McDonald, second by Mr. Geller. Is that right? Did I hear that right?
Sure.
Okay. Any discussion on that? All right, so I'll take the roll call. Mr. Haley,
Yes.
Mr. Pratty,
Yes.
Mr. Geller,
Yes.
Mr. McDonald,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. And just for quorum issues, I know we started this hearing already, so we have to make sure people can be here for X number of meetings. I probably will not be here on the 6th unless I have to be. Are there any quorum issues for the 6th of August if we continue to move stuff to that date?
That one's a little shaky for me too. I think the 6th itself should be fine, but it's a busy week. I might be traveling.
All right, just if there's any issues with anybody, just sooner than later, just let Mr. Rulli know. I don't know if Mr. O'Brien will be back by then, just so we can keep the participants informed. If I have to log on, I can log on. If I have to, I can. I'm going to be away, but I can certainly do it if I need to be. But
I don't expect Mr. O'Brien back until September.
okay, all right.
I'll get a definitive answer for you tonight, and I'll text you one way or another.
All right, but do we just to be fair to the applicants and the public, if people's plans change, you have vacations planned or whatever, just let us know as soon as possible. But it's probably going to be a tough night for me. All right, so moving on. Wait a minute, I took the roll right on that. I did. Okay, we're done. All right, moving on to item 4. This is a request for release of covenant and discussion for Jennifer Circle. This pertains to 884 South Street and Jennifer Circle in an A&R plan. This was continued from June 18th, 2025. And I don't know if Mr. Clem is here.
Yep, I'm here. I don't know if you can hear me.
But the reason we continued it was we sought a legal opinion from our town attorney. Mr. O'Brien handled that and he provided us with a memo. I also was on the call with Mr. O'Brien and Mr. Attorney Rollins. And as you can see in the memo that was provided by Mr. Rollins, he has no objection to it and thinks that we should execute the covenant. So can we, Lucas, do you have that plan?
Which one do you want there? Jennifer Circle plan?
Just so we get the vote right, you want us to release, is it B and C or A and B?
You should probably do A, B, and C since they affect the other lots as well.
Do you have that? I can pull it up if, I can pull it up if you need me to.
I have the Jennifer
There
Circle.
was a piece to the right and then there's a piece to the left and then the subdivision, right?
Yep, so it's basically A, B, and C. I prepared like a updated Form E release form too. If you need that, I can always send it over or whatever you guys need.
Hold on a second. I just want to pull up that. Can you pull up the plan quicker than me or no?
I got it open probably right now. I'm just gonna hit share. Share. And share this. How about
He froze.
that's the one you're looking for?
Let me go back. Hold on.
So the release,
Oh, A was just that little piece in the front.
yep, A is that one. B is the one that has about 5 lots on it now. And parcel C consists of 40 Winter Street along with 5 Jennifer Circle and the 2 lots that we created at the end of Jennifer Circle.
And just so our motion lines up with what you requested, what did you request? All three be released?
I did, yeah, simply to clear everyone's title.
Okay. All right, did everybody get to see that memo from Mr. O'Brien regarding the conversation with Attorney Rollins?
I
Does
think I
anybody
missed that
have-
one, to be honest, but I mean, if you said
Does
it's
anybody have any? I spoke to Attorney Rollins as well. He called and just said he had no problem with it, and it might have been an oversight. It was developed after the approval, so. There is a memo in the link that Shane sent in the email for the
I'm trying to
meeting.
pull it up now.
I don't want to keep moving if you're looking for that, Mr. O'Brien. You good?
I'm
Oh.
good. I'm good.
All right, hold on. I'll grab it. Hold on, I'll grab it.
Yeah, I got a new computer, so everything's all wonky.
I got it right here.
You're gonna put that up, Pat. Lucas has to stop sharing his screen.
Or,
Oh, it's okay. I found it. I found it.
or I can just read it. Hold on a second, Bond. And
Yeah, It's
Jennifer
2
Circle,
sentences.
Jennifer Circle,
Good.
Jennifer Circle memo. We posted it 5 days ago.
Yep, I've got it up now.
So the memo is July 11th, and it just said from Shane O'Brien, Town Planner, Community Economic Development Department, to the planning board members regarding the Jennifer Circle lot release discussion. He said, after discussing with the town attorney, he has no issue with the board releasing the remaining parcels A, B, and C from the covenant. The board will need to come in and sign the attached covenant release, and it will be notarized for the applicant to record.
Right.
And then he attached the covenant, Form E covenant to that. Is that what you were referencing, Lucas, that you did? Lucas?
Yep, sorry, I muted myself. Yep, that's what we were referencing the Form E.
Okay. All right, so that memo was in the link, so and I just read it. Does anybody have any objections, or does somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to release, was it lots A, B, and C?
Correct. Parcels A, B, and C, I believe.
Parcels A, B, and C.
Yep,
A second.
okay. So that was by Mr. Geller. I heard 2 seconds. Who was that? I'm sorry.
Mr. Pratty and Mr. McDonald.
Who wants it? Mr. Pratty?
Sure, I'll take it.
All right, Mr. Geller, motion by Mr. Geller, second by Mr. Pratty. All right,
Thank you, guys.
I'll take the roll call if there's no discussion. Mr. McDonald,
Yes.
Mr. Geller,
Yes.
Mr. Pratty,
Yes.
Mr. Haley,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. So this is something that all 5 of us need to sign, or 3 of us need to sign. Do you know, Lucas or Mr. Rulli?
At least 3 of you.
Okay, I can come in tomorrow. I don't know if anybody else is around this week, but if we can get in this week, a couple of us, that'd be great.
I can
So-
be in tomorrow.
Awesome.
And then is staff there both days?
There'll be staff there tomorrow until 11 and then until 1 on Friday.
So after 11 tomorrow, could you leave it with the building department just so somebody has it? We can
Sure.
go-
Yep.
All right. Because that office
Or
is,
alternatively, we can leave it at the town clerk's office too, because there's
Yeah.
sometimes staffing issues in the building department.
all right, so why don't you just plan on the town clerk then? So anybody that goes in after 11 tomorrow or on Friday, it'll be at the town clerk's office, all right?
And the town clerk could be there till 4 tomorrow.
That's correct.
Okay, perfect. I might be able to swing that then.
All right,
I'll
thank
be
you.
able to swing in on Friday.
All right. Thank you, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right, item 5, this is Oldfield Estates, Phase 1. This is a request for release of road bond monies, Quail Run Road and Oldfield.
Mr. Driscoll, you skipped
No.
over Claremont.
Oh, geez, you know, I could Xed it out and said continued, I'm sorry. So I've got item 4, this is 0 Pleasant Street, map 83, lot 85, Claremont Bridgewater Hotel LLC. This is a landscaping plan update per site plan conditions of our approval, which we approved in January 24th, 2024. But they have requested a continuance, is that to the 8/6 meeting, Mr. Rowley?
That's correct. Their arborist was not available tonight.
So do we have any discussion on that? And if we don't have any discussion, does somebody want to make a motion?
Just a question. So the only reason for the request is they couldn't have their arborist here to speak tonight. There's no like procedural stuff they're still doing or anything.
Yeah,
They're all ready
correct.
to go.
And Barrett Tree Expert is their arborist and they were unavailable.
Okay, perfect. Makes sense. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to continue.
I'll make some motion by Mr. Pratty, do a second
Second.
Second.
by Mr. McDonald. Okay, I'll take the roll. Mr. Haley,
Yes.
Mr. Pratty,
Yes.
Mr. Geller,
Yes.
Mr. McDonald,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. Okay, thank you. All right, item, so Claremont, where are we? What?
On
Oldfield.
6.
Item 6, okay, now we're on item 6, okay. So Oldfield Estates, phase 1, this is a request for release of bond monies, Quill Run Road and Oldfield Road. I believe we did receive a memo that Mr. O'Brien provided to us that was written by Latola Homes. And we received a memo today, I believe, from Mr. Tanzi. So Latola Homes sent us a letter on June 30th saying they completed all the work on phase 1. They're requesting the return of the 2 road bonds, one for $168,133 and one for $101,470. Total amount is $269,603 plus accrued interest. They did provide an as-built, they said, by Silver Engineering. They're saying the drainage lot is already owned by the town of Bridgewater on map 52, lot 12, and they reference the deed. So, Mr. Tanzi, do you want to, Mrs. Baptiste, do you want to address this first, or is there somebody here from Latola Homes before we ask Mr. Tanzi about his review?
I would actually like to hear from the review first, if you don't mind.
Okay, so we did receive a memo today. Was that today, Bob, that you sent that?
That's correct.
I read it. I didn't print that one off. So, Mr. Tanzi, do you want to, let me see if I can pull it up. Do you have access to it, Bob, that you can share it, or do you want me to find it? I can find it.
Greg can start talking and I can find it and then
All
I'll
right.
put it.
Okay, so I went through the regs and it was just for basically the completeness of the as-built plan. It was in pretty good shape. There was a few things that I noted. One was on gravity storm drains, our regs require that the size, material, and the slope be shown on the pipes in the profile view. We also require tie dimensions to gate valves and hydrants, and these can be done in tabular form on the plan. The driveway widths.
So Greg, I saw that in your memo, and I'm trying to find the memo. You said they can't be more than 18 feet.
At the gutter line.
That changed a number of years ago to 24 feet. That's in our zoning is 24 feet now.
Okay, all right. The regs that I have still have it.
You might be looking at an outdated set, but I think, is Mr. Solari on? That's one of the questions.
Yeah, the highway department does have regs that say, I know exactly what Greg's talking about because I have this discussion with Paul all the time from the highway. So the highway department regs still state 18 feet. And we looked, I know a few years ago to have it changed to 24. I don't know if whatever was done.
No, we did change it. That I'm looking for it right now. We definitely changed it.
Yeah.
So I don't, but let's
'Cause
see.
I know it was an issue with a lot of the houses that have a two-car garage. The 18 feet, you have to do kind of a hook on it to get the driveway to work. And that was a big problem down in Magnolia because a lot of the homes down in Magnolia, people were doing their own driveways, cutting them wider without any permission. So there was issues with long built.
And maybe the DPW doesn't even realize the town changed it. Let's see. Yeah, it says, so in the zoning ordinance, page 29, number 3, curb cuts. Curb cuts shall be limited to the maximum width for safe entering and exiting and shall in no case exceed 24 feet in width unless waived by the SPGA or planning board for industrial traffic. So that did get changed several years ago to 24 feet.
I'd imagine in a case where there's a conflict like this between the two, the zoning would supersede the department regs.
And I guess I picked that up today, and that was a question for Greg. I mean, were they approved with driveways less than 24 feet, and they need to ask from, or are they okay at 24 because of the zoning?
Well, I would think that if the zoning was changed, my understanding that if a zoning ordinance changes to be less restrictive, which it has been changed to, then the approval would default to the new regulation standard. If the standards were restricted, then the approval would be the less restrictive standard that the project was approved under would hold. So I think they're fine with the 24-foot wide.
Yeah, that's also in performance standards for larger projects. So that, I mean, see, I thought we had this issue a lot in the past. People would build a 2-car garage, and I just went through it with something that I did. It's like you build a 2-car garage and you come out, the 2-car garage is typically 24 feet wide, and you come out straight. That's 24 feet at the street. So that's why we changed it. It's located under 6.3 performance standards for larger projects, and it talks about driveways. So I always assumed that addressed the change townwide.
Yeah, I wouldn't be concerned about it, but I think what we probably should do is update our
town regs,
subdivision regs to reflect our zoning regs.
Do our subdivision regs still say 18?
Yeah. Well, at least the copy that I have did.
Okay.
Unless I was working off of a copy that has been superseded. I don't think it's an issue then. If the current zoning regs allow for a 24-foot wide driveway, then these are all good.
Okay.
So there was that issue, and I went out there. I looked for a gate valve to a hydrant on house number 21, Quail Run Road, and that gate valve was paved over. It also looked like there was a shutoff valve that was paved over, but I was in contact with the water department, and Jim Costello at the water department said he had found the shutoff valve to the water service. So it's only the gate valve to the hydrant that needs to be brought up to grade. It got paved over by a driveway, so that valve is inaccessible.
So the one thing that I didn't see in the packet is the line items, because I know we request so much for drainage structures. Was that already retained? Do you know?
Line items for,
So I guess I get in the packet I'm looking at, we have the letter from Latola, we have the as-built plan, and we have your letter. Are you how are we gonna go about releasing this if we don't know what needs to be retained? Do we have the worksheet that you did originally, the bond calculation sheet?
well, I didn't do any bond calculations on this. This was done, those bond calculations were done before my time.
But
And
I know we have the total, but do we have the worksheet so we know how much was retained for drainage structures, how much an as-built, because if we want to release some of it tonight and hold for the items that you want, how do we determine that and what line items we take it from?
well, yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know
think
if we
we-
have that available tonight.
yeah, I don't think we should do that. There are other things. I talked to the water department, and what they like to do is to check each and every valve that's out there and make sure that they can get the wrench on the valve nut and turn it and make sure that it's not all silted up. So that's another thing that has to be done by the water department. And once I get information from the water department, I can redo a a bond estimate and get some line items on there.
Well, there should be one of them, but so is this something you want us to continue, Greg? So we just got your letter today, so you can address it
Right.
with the developer?
Right. I think we should continue it.
And then either figure out how much we hold back for these issues, or if they're gonna resolve the issues before we hear it again.
Right. And there's probably a good chance that they'll be able to resolve the issues by the next meeting.
So
Now-
Mrs. Baptiste, are you listening still, or?
I am still here listening. I was reading the letter. I just received it. Thank you.
So the as-built issues, is that something you think you could address by the next meeting, or do you want to go to the 20th?
Well, I do have the tie dimensions on the plans already. Oh, preferably from foundation corners. I think I did that already. So I don't have a problem with most of these.
Yeah.
If the Latolas have to raise a structure, it could be on them on how long it will take. So, and Greg Tansey's review with the water department. So if they start the process, we'll go to the next meeting, and then if we have to ask for more time, we'll ask for more time so that the water department can do what they need to do. That seem reasonable, Mr. Tansey?
It does.
Okay.
And you did have tie dimensions on the shutoffs, the water service shutoffs. The reg required also for gate valves
Yep.
as well.
Yep. I see
That way the water department will be able to not only find the valves, but they'll also be able to locate the water main if they had to do so.
Absolutely.
And Mr. Tansey, and maybe, anybody that wants to can take a ride out there before we vote on it, but all the trees are alive and the drainage structures are mowed and all that stuff when you were out there?
Yeah, I counted the trees, and all the trees appeared to be in. There might have been one that might be suffering from a little bit of heat trauma, but they all had leaves on them, and they all looked like they were healthy to me. There was one in question, but it wasn't dead.
So is there anybody on the board that wishes to comment on this, or anybody from Latola Homes that would like to talk? Board comments?
Mr. Chair, shouldn't we get the original line items though? Like they should have the
Yeah,
original.
we
Should
should-
have that the next meeting though. So
We should
can
have,
at
we
least
should,
cross things off.
we should have that Excel spreadsheet, yeah.
But would it, who's the one? Who's the engineer that did it? It wasn't Greg. It was the other town.
No, we should have it somewhere in our office. I mean, there should be, in the folder, there should be a bond calculation worksheet.
Yeah, I think Ron Ledoux had done that, if I remember correctly. And he might have done it prior to Latola selling to phase 2 to Longbuild. So
Yeah, they're approved as two separate developments, and so one is a conventional, the first section conventional, the second phase is cluster, so there were two different approvals, two different bonds, everything was separate. All right, so if there's no other comments, I'll connect with Mr. Rulli, and maybe we can find that bond calculation sheet. Is there a motion then, if there's no more discussion, to continue this to August 6th?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Was that Mr. Geller?
Yep.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll take the roll. Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Geller?
Yes.
Mr. Praddy?
Yes.
Mr. Haley? Mr. Haley?
Hold it. Yes.
I'm a yes. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, thank you. All right, other business. So this is where we ask every year if anybody wants my job and Mr. McDonald's job, or if we want to keep things the same, or if we want to add a clerk, or what we want to do. So we're supposed to, July 1st is our, I guess, fiscal year of how the town operates. So every July, we typically see if we want to reorganize, keep things the same, or what you guys want to do.
Just to clarify, didn't we name Mr. Geller the clerk?
We probably did, yeah.
I believe we
He's
did.
in charge of all the minutes.
I think we let him off of that one. I think
I'm reading all the
third
stuff
line.
and it was good.
I like the setup currently. Let's keep it going.
I mean, I'm open to anything, so if anybody wants my job, or do you want me to do it for another year, I'll do it for whatever you want to do.
How about another 10? Can we get you for that?
Mr. Pratty did a great job when he was on before. Maybe we can convince him soon. But
I'll make a motion to keep the board as situated right now for another year.
all right.
Second, I'll second that motion.
So a motion by Mr. Pratty, second by Mr. Haley. I'll take the roll. Mr. Haley,
Yes.
Mr. Pratty,
Yes.
Mr. Geller,
Yes.
Mr. McDonald.
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay. So I don't know if we received and I'll turn this over to Mr. Rulli, but 106 Hale Street, which used to be the independent nail building, and then it was sold to Mr. Rennie. You guys probably remember Dave Flynn had his office in there and whatnot, was torn down after it was purchased by the college. The university, I should say, and DCAM is starting to develop a plan to put that up for auction, I guess, Mr. Rulli? Or
No, so, I mean, as part of the Governor Haley's housing initiative, she reached out to all the state universities to identify surplus properties that they might have that could be developed for mixed-use housing. And BSU has identified 106 Hale Street as being a parcel that is eligible. So the school has transferred the property back to DCAM. DCAM is out for public comment. It's expected in August or September, they will be putting out an RFP for developers to come forward with proposals to develop that site. it would be subject to our existing zoning. We've made it very clear to DCAM, BSU, and the Lieutenant Governor's office that why we can't stop a project from going forward. We have water and sewer issues, and we may not have sufficient capacity based on other projects to approve anything until we have some solution on water and sewer. So from the town's perspective, we see this as the leverage we need with the state to get some assistance on water and sewer. The property was serviced previously, but that we don't grandfather in water and sewer rights. So, I mean, that's where it is right now. We had identified this site as part of Vision to Reality as being an underutilized site. I think that, if water and sewer is available, that it could be a good development, but we're cautious in terms of based on, what we already have on the table, that we want to be vigilant about not committing ourselves to something that we can't service.
So Bob, I have the map up right now, and one thing we should do, just to note, the zoning map that's online is wrong. It's not up there. I just realized that just now. But I'm in so that's part of the redevelopment zone, CBDR, right?
Correct.
That's also the MBTA zone, correct?
Correct.
And that is
Flex frontage, I think.
flex frontage zone, right?
Yep.
And I think our MBTA guidelines already require you to follow the design standards of flex frontage, correct?
That's correct.
Initially in the Vision to Reality, when I went back looking at it when we got the request, this was identified as a site for a cybersecurity, basically all commercial. Is that something that the ship has sailed on, or is that?
Yeah, I mean, we had put in a congressionally directed earmark with Congressman Keating 2 years ago that never got to appropriations. And, again, we kind of got jumped by the governor's office in terms of that they see this as a higher and better use. I mean, I will note that in the notice that DCAM sent out, they referred this to be 100% housing. It can't be 100% housing, pursuant to our existing zoning. And we've made them aware of that.
Even if it's done under MBTA?
Can't. I mean, it has to follow what our zoning is.
Which refers to the flex frontage, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, because I
So-
believe the email I saw said like it'd be all affordable housing or something, and you're
They
proposing
never
to
said
change
affordable
that.
housing, and there's no requirement in their notice that any of this be affordable. I mean, I think there's,
I
a
might have
lot
missed
of
that. I apologize.
whispering in the community that would be the case. There's no requirement that I'm aware of that they're requiring affordable housing. That could change, but the one thing that
Well-
flagged was the way that the notice read is that it would be 100% housing, and it can't be.
Well, unless it's developed under our, unless if it's developed under the MBTA, they have two options. They can go
Way down.
under redevelopment, or they can go under MBTA. If they go into MBTA, I think anything over 10 units, we require 10% affordable, correct?
Right.
I see my confusion. It's under the Affordable Homes Act. that
Affordable
they're-
homes, yeah.
Gotcha. Sorry, my bad. On that.
So Bob, and looking for input from us, right? Like, personally, I'd love to see all commercial and a cybersecurity building there, right? But they have the right to sell it, right?
Correct.
And the zoning is MBTA or mixed use. So I guess, what type of comments should we make? Like that it should be sold, it shouldn't be sold? We'd like
I think you can make a statement. I mean, this is what my office would issue as a comment, and you all can vote on at what you want to put forward either individually or as the planning board. I think, you can make a statement that you're supportive of the redevelopment of this site, but at the same time, you need the state to be aware that we have challenges with respect to water and sewer capacity, and that for this site to be developed successfully, we need some assistance in addressing those issues.
Well, the other thing that concerns me is that that letter we got back that we'll be addressing probably at one of our meetings in August is that they want us to lift the cap on the 15 units per acre. So, you know, it could be a much higher density, right?
No, I mean, that's just, I mean, with semantics, I mean, I would almost refer to it as a Scribner's error. You know, if we capped everything at 15 units per acre, we would not meet the compliance model. I mean, so I think we've got that scheduled for August 20th, and we'll be prepared to do a presentation on that. I mean, it was.
I guess my question is this zone, I think it was like 75 acres, right? And we can talk about, this has nothing to do with this, but
Right.
I think we probably should look and figure out what the cap should be to hit the minimum and not exceed that so that there is a cap. But,
We need to be careful. I mean, and I did a memo for, and then I don't, this is not on the agenda, so we probably
Yeah, we-
continue talking about
yeah.
this. Later.
but I think, you know, my personal feeling is I'd like to see as much commercial there with the housing as possible. I'd like to see all commercial, but if they could target more of what they're initially looking at, like the cybersecurity center, I think that would be great. And if we couldn't, if we can't, I think personally, I think it would be great to encourage as much commercial with the housing as we can, maybe the whole first floor or something like that. You know what I mean?
I think that is an appropriate comment to make. I mean, that's consistent with what our vision was.
How about other board members? Do we want to, you know, draft a letter and what concerns should we address? I think the water and sewer is definitely one. I think.
Absolutely. I think you're on the right track, Patrick, with 100% with the commercial on the first floor. I mean, however we can suggest that, definitely to the point of the stresses that we have to consider that we need assistance with, or, you know, cut and paste everything coming after it as well, right?
Bob, is it a great site for housing with the railroad track literally?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I just, and again, I don't want to talk about things that aren't necessarily on the agenda, but you know, when we talk about relocating the train platform to the Spring Street lot in transit-oriented development, yeah, I mean, it's a perfect site for housing. Again, the university is challenged in terms of having adequate housing available for, you know, adjunct professors or younger professors. So, I mean, I think a mixed use project there is appropriate. But at the same time, if that's what they want to do and they want to advance the governor's agenda, they need to help us.
Yeah, I guess.
Why Shane's out, I don't mind drafting a letter, but if you guys want to give me some feedback, things that you want in the letter, I'll
I'm
write.
happy to draft it for you too, Pat. I mean, and then you can circulate it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put together the bullet points and then if you want to draft, so what are we thinking as a board there? What would we like to see? I mean, I'd like to see as much commercial as possible, but that's me.
Yeah, I concur with that and what Mr. Rowley's saying. I mean,
Well, is it still a polluted site? I know there's a lot of oil under that.
No, I mean, you know, Mr. Pratty and I spoke about this earlier. The Commonwealth can't take fee simple title to any property unless it's been through a phase 1, phase 2, and it's been remediated. So this site has been cleaned. You know, we hear this a lot with respect to the Spring Street lot. That site is clean as well.
All right, so we have to respond by July 30th, is that correct?
Yes.
What are the thoughts of the board on this? It's an acre and a half, Mr. Rulli, correct?
Yeah, it's approximately the same size as the Friendly site on Broad Street.
So,
A little different configuration.
yeah, I think it's all right. It's all right. So what are our thoughts on this site?
well, I might be getting a little ahead of myself, but I would have serious parking concerns if they want to do that all residential. I'm rather familiar with that.
Yeah, I think you're getting a little ahead of it, Mr. McDonald, and I appreciate your concerns. I mean, this might be a situation that this has to be on a podium and they park it underneath.
Yeah, something like that.
But I think that's premature at this point. It's, you know, I think, you know, the comments that have been discussed, concerns about water and sewer, concerns about being consistent with what our zoning is, which requires predominantly commercial. and retail on the first floor. Those are the points that I would stress.
Yeah, I would agree with you
Agreed.
there.
Yes.
So just so I can write something up. So first of all, we'll address that, you know, anything should be run by the water and sewer department, right?
Not necessarily the water and sewer department, because that would be probably a hard no right now. I think just generally, globally speaking, as a town, not just for this site, but as a town, I mean, we have challenges with respect to water and sewer. You know, we want to support the governor's agenda in promoting housing, but at the same time, some of the solutions that are available to us rest within the Commonwealth. So
Well, I mean, I think some want to address housing more than others, yeah, right? So I think you know, I don't know. I mean, do we want to focus on, we support mixed use here? Do we want to support more commercial? Do we want to support more residential? What's the thought of the
I think
board?
that, you know, the position is that whatever the requirements of the flex frontage district
Right.
is what is applicable to this site.
Okay, but from the board, I'm saying, what is the board thinking?
I mean, I'd be fine with mixed use there. I could see that. I think that's not a bad area for it. Be fine with all commercial. I think all residential just wouldn't work very well, given all the factors previously discussed.
So we'd encourage commercial or mixed use development, right?
Yes.
That's just my opinion, though. Yeah.
And if it's mixed use development, we'd like to see the first floor maximized for retail development, right?
Yep.
Sounds good.
And follow the CBD guidelines, which should have to do anyway, right?
Yep.
Is it, you know, do we want to talk about, you know, we'd like to see different types of housing, like more townhouse above or more, I mean, instead of just more apartments, do we want to see more owner occupied? What do we, I mean, they don't have to do it, but we can say we'd like to see.
Yeah, I mean that sounds good to me personally. I don't think they'd go for it, but
Yeah, I mean, at this point, just
Consider alternative housing types as opposed to the standard, you know, box unit. I mean,
yeah, that's how I'd probably put it.
I think it's going to be difficult to get townhouses in there and commercial. I mean, I think you're looking at, you know, a building that has ground floor retail commercial with residential above in order for that to meet the parking requirements, and then given the configuration of the site.
That's also seems reasonable.
So what I have so far is water, sewer, prefer commercial or mixed use. If mixed use, maximize retail on the first floor and street frontage. Follow the CBD flex frontage guidelines. Anything else?
More just a clarifying question for Mr. Rulli. As far as the like water sewer thing, like what would we essentially be asking for the state there? Like monetarily investing in us to improve our infrastructure? You mentioned they had a few options.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of some of the other things that are happening at the town level. I can say generally, you know, we have identified some alternatives with respect to water and sewer, and I've spoken about this before, that, you know, potentially on wastewater, having some kind of agreement with the Department of Corrections to take advantage of their wastewater plant. We're identifying some alternatives with respect to accessing additional water capacity. I don't want to get ahead of where we are with the town council and briefing them, but I guess at the end of the day, you know, as it relates to the Department of Corrections, that's something that the Commonwealth can bring them to the table. With respect to some of the water solutions, there might be opportunities for them to assist us with preliminary engineering cost. So, I mean, just having them be aware of it and be not just shaking their head that they acknowledge it, but being an active participant and not solving it just for this parcel, but for the town in general.
That was very informative. Thank you.
So I guess my first question is that generally, are we in favor of redeveloping it or not redeveloping it? Just so I can start the letter off that way.
In favor of redeveloping.
Okay, anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, I would be too. It's gonna be
All right, do we
it's gonna
want
be it's gonna be the right project.
the focus should be either commercial or mixed use, is that correct? Which is both are allowed in the CBD, right?
Agreed, yes.
Are we saying we prefer a commercial? Or are we saying we prefer a mixed use? Or are we saying which order? I mean,
I think that given the zoning, they have to follow the requirements of the flex frontage zone.
right, but in the CBD, you could do straight commercial as well. There's a number of just commercial. The commercial developer can buy it and do just retail there.
Yeah.
Heavy commercial consideration.
Yeah, I mean, I think that in my experience, there's not a lot of people financing retail or office right now. I mean, getting credit tenants in something that small is
Huh.
going to be difficult. The things that are getting financed now are housing that have ground floor retail or commercial.
Yeah.
Because the housing is carrying the project.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll say we prefer commercial, if not a heavy commercial component in a mixed use building, maximizing the first floor retail and, what do you call it, street activation or whatever, to try to bring people there and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Follow the CBD guidelines. Water and sewer, anything else we like? Bob, is there anything, I mean, I guess would work with the developer on any public amenities, whether there's a need for like some public parking there or something, right? But that's,
Yeah, I mean, I think that, that's what we've strongly suggested to DCAM is that developers are going to have to work with us in terms of what's going to work there. So, I mean, that's why we caution them, don't put out an RFQ that says this is going to be 100% housing, because that's not going to work.
and the flex development zone too, right? So if we go to the flex development zone, right? So if I go to that zone, those are smaller, more village scale buildings, right?
Yeah.
So they're not going to be doing one big building here. Let's see. I think those are only 3,500 square foot footprints, right?
Right. I mean, again, I mean, it's a question of, I mean, and they could break it up, but I think, if you say that we want townhouses, that limits your ability to incorporate any kind of commercial into that.
Commercial side, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't like big, massive. I mean, let's see. I think the flex frontage zone, and I won't hold everybody up, but I think the flex frontage zone is smaller buildings. I think they're more neighborhood retail, right? And there's residential on that street as well. So,
And I think that's what we had thought. I mean, the other site that we've identified as underutilized is the technical recycling site further down Hale Street. So, at the proper scale, this could be the catalyst for some pretty cool redevelopment along that street.
oh yeah. All right, I found the zone, that section. Hold on one second. So that's the flex frontage zone, right?
Correct.
So the flex frontage zone, purpose of this frontage is to develop neighborhood scale buildings with a range of uses and housing types. Neighborhood friendly businesses are allowed and encouraged, especially at intersections and adjacent to village neighborhood center frontages. All building space along the street front shall be commercial, retail, or restaurant uses. So that would be the flex frontage zone. And the max building footprint, so they asked smaller buildings, would be 3,500 square feet along the frontage. And that's a long, narrow lot, Bob, right?
Yeah, it's very little frontage on Plymouth and longer along Hale Street.
They can cover 75% of the lot, so they'll have to create 25% green space, which would be nice down there.
But I mean, if you had those kind of buildings, I mean, you could start to set up Hale Street with pretty cool architectural. Creating
I
that.
mean, I like this a lot better than the mixed use where we allow much bigger buildings. So this is more village scale, more housing, more, yeah.
Well, I think it's appropriate for that neighborhood.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, assuming my information here is correct, it looks like the lot's about 130 feet across, roughly, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, 130, so then they have frontage requirements, right? So their frontage requirement there would be
Just trying to figure out how wide it is.
max setback 10 feet. Elements.
It's like rural.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
they can only do they have to do smaller buildings. They can only be 3,500 square feet. We allow 150 square foot, 150 foot wide building, but if
It looks like the length is probably about 530 feet, roughly.
yeah, and they can't go 5 stories because their lot has to be over 160.
No, they can't go 5 stories at all.
Yeah, so and the biggest building they could do out back, which they wouldn't do, there's going to be no out back buildings there, so they're all going to be smaller street scale buildings, so 3,500 square feet. So maximum depth, ground story min max, yeah. Yeah, we're good. All right. So flex frontage. Anything else that we want to say? So I can put together a rough draft and send it to Bob, and then he can circulate it and clean it up, and then we can just get some email feedback. But I'll focus on the water and sewer issue. I'll say we're generally in support of the redevelopment. We'd like as much commercial as possible. If they go with the mixed use, we want to see the flex frontage follow, which they have to anyway, and maximize the first floor commercial retail. Anything else?
No, nothing. Nothing that really comes to mind. That would have been a decent spot for public parking, though. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Good restaurant site too, right?
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody have anything else they want to add? I don't think we need a vote. This is just a discussion. I mean, unless we want, why don't I'll put together some bullets and get them over to Bob, and we can draft the letter on the town web, town letterhead. And if anybody objects to it, they can email Bob and we can make the adjustments as needed and then get it off by the 30th to whoever needs it.
Sounds good to me.
Good.
And if anybody has any other comments, they can email, I guess, Bob or myself saying we'd like to see this incorporated into the letter, or if you think of something after, so.
Could there be any limitations or suggestions of limitations of number of bedrooms per unit, et cetera? 1 bedroom, hold them to 1 bedroom, 1 and 2 bedrooms, or studios, et cetera?
I mean, you can make that, but I think it's premature at this point, and it's not
Agreed.
binding.
Agreed.
I'm not sure we'd even want to do such a limitation there anyways. I'm not sure what utility that would serve.
No, I mean, I think, given what we're seeing with other projects, likely these are going to be studios 1s and 2s.
Particularly given its location.
Yeah.
All right, and they're looking to do an RFP for the fall.
That's what we understand. There's no hard date yet, Pat, but that's what we're
Right,
hearing.
and I think I saw in the memo, but we have told the 30th to turn the letter in.
That's correct.
All right. So I wrote down what we talked about. I'll draft something quick by the end of the week. Get it to Bob. He can put it on the town letterhead, circulate it. We can leave a comment period open for a couple of days. If people can comment back to Bob or to me, to both of us, or to all of us. We really can't all talk, but get the comments back to Bob, and then we can send it off once done. And then once I sign it, we can send the final copy to everybody so you guys know what was sent in.
Perfect. That was good.
All right. All right.
Great.
One other thing we can just talk about is, and then traffic concerns there. That's a tough corner with the train and stuff. So that's something we can address, make sure they do a traffic study on that site or whatever, but we can incorporate that, something like that into the letter as well. All right, moving on. Planning board minutes. So Shane did do these minutes. They are all on the link that he sent. Just want to make sure they are. I read most of them, so.
And if you don't have edits or comments, you can vote them all at once. You don't have to do them individually.
Yeah.
Oh, can we?
Let me see. Hold on 1 second. I just want to see.
I think if some of us aren't there for some of them, right?
Yeah, you can still, from what I've always been told, you can still vote on them. If you're voting on the accuracy, not well. Let's see. Hold on. Where did he put the minutes? Draft minutes, July 1.
Looks like we have
All right.
5.
So we have the executive session minutes. We have the March 19th minutes he sent. We have the March 6th minutes, the February 19th, the February 5th, and then he did a May 20th.
Have we ever done minutes for a site visit before?
If you had a quorum, you have to, yes.
Oh,
And it's just simply to say who was there.
gotcha. Yeah, I'm seeing that.
All right, and he did all the executive session minutes. There's January 19th, 15th, 21, 16, 6, 24. Now I'd like to get all these voted just because I've had people ask me where they are and whatnot. So the sooner we can get them approved, the better. I know he spent a lot of time on this before he left, so. All right, so we have regular planning board minutes of February 5th, February 19th, March 19th, and a May 20th site visit. Do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
By Mr. McDonald, who's the second?
Second.
Who is that?
Mr. Haley.
Okay. I have the minutes up in front of me. I don't have the view, so I'm sorry. All right, so I'll take the roll. Mr. Haley,
Yes.
Mr. Praddy,
Yes.
Mr. McDonald,
Yes.
Mr. Geller,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. All right, so I do have all the executive session minutes up. These were modified and submitted on July 1st. They're in that link as well. They are January, Jesus, was that 2023? Yeah. January 19th, 2023, February 15th, 2023, June 21st, 2023, August 16th, 2023, December 6th, 2023, March 6th, 2024, and May 15th, 2024. So who was not on the board then? As
I was not.
you were not, and Mr. Haley, were you on the board then?
Yeah. Not as a full member. I think I may have been in the standby seat.
All right, so maybe, I mean, just Mr. Pratty, maybe you just want to not vote on these, right? I mean, these are before you were even on for any of these, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, that's a weird one. I can't say that I can honestly attest to the accuracy of minutes from 2 years ago. So I don't really know what to do with that one.
I know, but we need to get them up. So why don't we, I went
Motion
through,
approved as stated.
so a motion to approve by Mr. Haley. Do we have a second?
Second.
Then Mr. Geller. So I'll start with Mr. Pratty. Do you want to abstain from these because you weren't on the board for these years?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Haley,
Yes.
Mr. Geller,
Yes.
Mr. McDonald,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. Okay. Next meeting, August 6th, 2025. So far we have the 1010 Elm Street that we continued. We have 0 Pleasant Street and we have Oldfield. So 3 items. Do we have anything else that will be on that night, Bob, that we're unaware of?
Not yet.
Are you anticipating anything else that night?
I always anticipate something.
But I mean, big things we wouldn't even.
No, I don't think anything big, Pat, but
You know, I was hopeful that 96 Main Street would be coming in soon. There's no update on.
I mean, we've had conversations with them. I think they're, playing around with their plan and revising it. So I would think you're probably going to see something, most likely the end of August, beginning of September.
Now, I know they were talking at one point about scrapping what they had and doing more like some townhouse, which I thought was a great idea. Some townhouses and some commercial up front. Is that still the direction they're going in?
Yeah, that's the direction they're going. I think they're just trying to figure out the unit mix. I mean, the number of units, I should say.
All right.
Mr. Driscoll, I apologize. Just because we did them in like kind of segmented order, did we do the site visit minutes
Yes.
as part of the first package? Okay.
We did those, the May 20th, 2025 site visit, correct?
Yep. Okay. Perfect. Just making sure. And I did have a question, like rereading those. Did we ever hear back about the site work being done in the buffer zone that we observed? Did anything ever happen with that?
Well, I think Mr. O'Brien did notify Concom. What they did with it, I don't know. I
Okay,
think,
so that's like a Concom problem, not an our problem.
I mean, that was concerning, but we can't, I mean, that has to be enforced by Concom.
Gotcha.
I'm almost positive if you want, I can follow up with and her name is skipping my
Caitlin.
who's that?
Caitlin.
Caitlin. I can follow up with Caitlin if you guys want me to tomorrow. Just I know she's here certain days, but I think Shane did definitely have a conversation with her before she left regarding that. So Bob, I don't know if you were aware, but when there was a cease and desist on that site,
Lucerne?
the 1010
Yeah.
Not
Elm Street.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a cease and desist on the site, and they were loading
Yeah.
materials, moving materials within the buffer zone. So it might be something you want to follow up with Caitlin on if you want to.
I will speak to her.
I'm 99% sure though that Shane already got her the information, so. All right, any other reports from staff?
Not from my end. Other than Shane and his wife had a healthy baby boy on Monday.
Great.
Congratulations to him and his family.
Growing family.
Yeah.
You know, I'm on the CPC, so there's not a lot new to report, but I believe the Hanson Farm deed restriction was recorded by the end of June. So I believe they have been paid and that's protected in perpetuity. So
Great.
That's excellent. Yeah.
Very happy.
I shouldn't say they've been paid. I know that we got a memo saying that the deed restriction happened. So I guess that's what we're concerned about. So hopefully they were paid. That's about it.
I don't know. Is Mr. Jimmy lurking in the shadows to update us on the trees again?
Is Mr. Jim on?
He's
No,
not, and it's
not.
not on the agenda.
All right. We always let Mr. Jemian speak. So, all right. If there's nothing else, we'll continue. We'll resume, I guess. So next meeting's on August 6th. So
Great.
we have a motion to adjourn.
To adjourn.
Mr. Haley, second.
Second.
Mr. Geller. I'll take the roll. Mr. Pratty.
Yes.
Mr. McDonald.
Yes.
Mr. Geller.
Yes.
And I'm a yes. All right. Good night, everyone.
Okay, thanks, everyone.
Have a good one.
Nice.
Night.